Good morning and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Bushairul Asing bin AR Patrick from class SR241NN. My supervisor is Mr. Kairuzaman Hamid. This study explores how public perception affects attendance at para sport event in Sabah. From my background of study, para sport play an important role in promoting inclusivity and equal opportunities for athletes with disables. However, in Sabah, public understanding of parasport is still limited. Many spectators are unfamiliar with athlete classification, do not fully understand the competition structure, and underestimate the athletic skill involved, according to Hashima et al. 2020. Exposure to disability sport through watching competition can significantly improve public perception. Therefore, this study focuses on examining how public impression influence attendance at para sport events in Sabah. From the problem statement, despite recent progress, several challenges remain. The Majlis Paralympic Malaysia increased talent development effort, but lack of stable funding remained a major issue. Citation Muhammad Hanifah, 2023. Additionally, the Minister of Youth and Sport highlighted the shortage of special program for youth with disabled after finishing school. As a result, public awareness remained low, attendance inconsistent. Sponsorship also are limited, and long-term athlete development are affected. For my research objective, this study has three objectives. First, to determine the level and key factor shaping public impression toward para sport in Sabah. Second, to determine the level and contributing factor influencing public attendance. And the third one, to analyze the relationship between public impression and para sport attendance. For my research question, accordingly, the study addressed three research questions. First, what is the level and key factor shaping public impression? Second, what is level and contributing factor influencing attendance? And there is a significant relationship between public impression and attendance. For the hypothesis, I have two hypotheses were tested. First, there is no significant relationship between public impression and parasport attendance. And hypothesis alternative, there is a significant relationship between public impression and parasport attendance. Significance of study. This study benefits first for the academic as a reference material for sport management and communication research. Also, industry and organizer for improving promotion strategies and promotional image of parasport. This study also benefit on community by increasing awareness, inclusivity, and empathy. And lastly, for the government, for the evidence-based sport policy development aligned with National Sport Policy 2030. For my uh, delimitation, first, delimitation, my study location on Sabah only. Population, para sport spectator only, and I use method quantitative survey. For the limitation, limited familiarity with para sport among some respondents. Also, besides that, self-reported response bias, and lastly, limited number of para-sport events. Mitigation included brief explanation, anonymity, and online distribution. Assumption. The study assumed respondent answer honestly. Also, understand the questionnaire. Uh, the study, I assume that the sample also represent spectator in Sabah and perception remain stable during data collection. For my operational term, I have a few key definitions. First, key public impression. Spectator perception and attitude toward parasport. Parasport means organized sport for athletes with disabled in Sabah. Attendance intention, meaning willingness to attend, revisit, and document event. And lastly, spectator means individual who watch or follow parasport event. For my literature review, previous study show public impression influence spectator motivation, media portrayal increase empathy and audience interest, social benefits shape how people evaluate parasport, and event atmosphere and satisfaction impact attendance decision. These findings support the importance of perception in attendance behavior. For my conceptual framework,
The conceptual framework proposes that public impression influence parasport attendance through several factors, including motivation, media influence, event experience, and awareness of parasport. This framework guide the overall direction of the study. For my research design, this study adopts a quantitative correlational design to examine the relationship between public impression and attendance. A questionnaire will be used to measure perception level and the contributing factor influencing attendance. The population consists of residents in Sabah. Based on Critch and Morgan, a sample size of 388 respondents will be required. Sample random sampling will be applied to ensure that every even individual has an equal chance to being selected. For the instrument, the questionnaire includes section on demographic information, motivation, media influence, experience, awareness, and sport attendance. Most items are used 5-point Likert scale to measure respondent level of engagement. For the data collection procedure, the research process being with supervisor consultant, followed by identifying the problem, reviewing literature, and designing the methodology. Next, pilot study will be conducted, ethical approval will be obtained, and questionnaire will be distributed for data collection. For the research flow, after data collection, the data will be analyzed using SPSS, finding will be compiled, and the final year project will be submitted. This process ensures the research is conducted systematically. For my data analysis, descriptive analysis, including mean and standard deviation, will be used to answer the first research question. Pearson correlation analysis will then determine whether a significant relationship exists between public impression and attendance. In conclusion, this study aimed to provide a clear understanding of how public impression influence attendance at parasport event in Sabah. The findings are expected to support better promotional strategies, increase public participation, and contribute to the growth for inclusive sport. Thank you for watching this presentation. Thank you.